subscribe and hit the post notification bell so then you know when we upload new videos.
Today we will be sharing with you some partner jump roping challenges.
Hey, thanks again for joining us today for our jump rope challenges. Before we get started, I'm going to share a couple things with you. First off, in order to be successful in these challenges, you have to be a pretty good jump roper. That means that you can jump the rope, you can turn it consecutively a few times without messing up. And if you're not to that point yet, no problem. Go back and watch the intro to jump roping and practice, practice, practice. Once you get good at that, then these are going to be no problem for you. The next thing I want to talk about is the jump rope itself. One of these challenges uses two ropes, so hopefully you have those at home. But most of them only use one rope. And when you're selecting your rope, I want you to pick the longest rope that you have available. So it might be longer than the one that you normally use, like when we showed you how to test the rope, because the longer the rope you have, the easier it is for these challenges. The next thing is that these are challenges, all right, and so they're not easy. So I want you to practice them. I want you to do it over and over until you get really good at them. Another thing is that to make these things even harder is that you can do them backwards as well. So you're going to practice them forward, and we show those in the video, but most of the time we don't show you going backwards. So if you want to make it even harder, you can try that. And finally, I want you to be creative. Come up with your own and share them with us. If you make up a good one, maybe we'll use it in our class and maybe in a future video. So you guys enjoy and have fun with this. Alright, so for our first challenge today, what you're going to do is start by standing next to your partner, and all they're going to do is switch one of their handles. They're going to switch the handle that is closest to them. So now they have one hand on their jump rope and one hand on their partner's jump rope. They're going to say ready, set, go and start jumping. They're going to try this, and after they do this a little while, you can also do this one backwards if you want to make it even more challenging. So let's see how they do.
Ready, set, go.
Alright, so for this challenge, you're only going to need one rope, and the rope they use, once you pick the longest one that you have, that's going to make this a little bit easier for you. So we're going to start with one person holding the rope behind them like they're ready to jump, and they're going to give the handle to the partner that's next to them, and basically Baker is going to be holding the other side of the rope while she's jumping. Now if you're turning the rope and not jumping, you want you to keep your feet on the ground. If you try to jump and turn at the same time, it makes this much more difficult. Also remember that the person jumping controls the speed. Alright, so you're going to say ready, set, go, and let's try this out.
Go.
In this challenge, you're going to have two people jumping inside the rope at the same time. A couple things to make this a little easier for you is to make sure that both people are standing pretty close together. If you get too far apart, it makes it hard for the turner. The other thing is when you're jumping, the person without the rope, make sure you're jumping straight up and down. Don't kick your legs back because we don't want to hurt our partner. And they're just going to jump. Let's see how this goes.
Ready? Jump.
So in our last challenge, these guys were jumping in the rope, and Baker was facing forward, and that made it easier for her to jump because she could see the rope when it would go in front of her. So to make it a little bit harder, we're going to make her turn around and face Mrs. West and look at the turner. So now she's not going to be able to see the rope. Makes it a little bit harder. Let's see them. See how they do.
Ready?
For this challenge, you're going to have two people jumping in the rope again. Instead of front to back, we're going to go side to side. You want to make sure that you are close to your partner. So we're going to be shoulder to shoulder, or at least close. And we're going to see how we do. All right, you ready? 1, 2, 3, go. So here is our final challenge of the day. And to start, you're going to stand next to your partner, and you have to put the rope in your outside hand. So since I'm on the left, it's in my left hand. Miss West is on the right, it's in her right hand. And to start, we're going to face each other, and we're going to just turn the rope. And after a couple turns, I'm going to jump in while it's moving, do a couple jumps, step out, she's going to jump, and we're going to see if we can keep this going for a little while. All right? So ready? Turn.